So I don't have internet in my apartment. It's been a nightmare with Verizon. But then I fucking got Spectrum, and I just Googled Spectrum sales today and called the number. And then it's just that, I called the number and started talking to a guy, and he's like, "What's your address? What's your email? What's your social?" I was like, "Social." He's like, "We need to run a background check for blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I just fucking gave him everything.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Okay, we're gonna send you to a site verification," and it was just like a lady in the Philippines. She was like, "Hello, we need to verify you."
Yeah.
I was like,
You're like,
I was like, "Okay, great." And then she's like, "Okay, you're good." And I was like, "What do you mean I'm good?" Because at some point he was like, "Yeah, you can just pick up this shit at any Spectrum store." It was his high-speed internet or whatever. It's regular internet. I was like, "Fine." And then I hang up and I was like, "What? I didn't get anything." I got an email from. It's like.
What do you mean you didn't get anything? Like they didn't send you an order confirmation?
Right.
They didn't send you anything. All you did was you Googled the number, called up the number,
gave all my information.
The people at the number was like, "Can you give us all of this information?"
And then they
which the only bad one is the social security number.
Not really, because I mean, if you think about it,
you get your email from anything.
Yeah, address. It's the combination of all of these together, and they have your phone number since you called. I
do think you're being paranoid, but if I wanted, I could get the phone number and address of just about anyone. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, sure. Whitepages.com.
Yeah, so the fact that you're giving it away, I don't think.
Anyways, I gave him my SSN. Whatever. I call back. I'm on hold for like 20 minutes. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
I'm like, what number? I Google the number. Nothing comes up for the number. And then I start doing like, where does this number belong to? I start doing the same Google searches and I can't find the fucking original number that I called.
Yeah.
So I walked to the Spectrum store and I was like, I'm going to go see and be like, "Do you have an order in the books for me?" And I go there and she's like, "Yeah, we have an order in the books for you. Here's your modem. Everything's fine."
Nice.
And I'm like, "Oh." I was like, "Why do your emails come from fucking, look at where this email came from. It's changes were recently made to your account, and it's spectrum@customeremailnotifications.com. That's a big thing.
It's a Yahoo address.
Yeah,
it's like Hotmail. It's like, come on, dude.
Exactly. That's a big thing for like fake shit. Is they'll do like Amazon at myrealservice.com.
You know the big thing when it's Gmail. It's like Spectrum at gmail.com. It's like no. That's what a guy uses to try and look the most legitimate.
Right, and they send you this email where it's like all the images are broken. Right? The images don't load.
Yeah.
It looks super sketchy. And I was like, "Are these your emails?" And she goes, "Yeah, what's wrong with that?" And I was like, "All right. I mean, I guess it's just a shitty company, but like, Jesus Christ, you're scaring me." So I was late because I walked over there. I almost had a fucking heart attack that I was going to have to cancel everything. And now I have a modem in my backpack off camera.
I do believe that people like if that was you said you got that number from Googling it, right?
Yeah.
So
you could easily just take out a fucking ad.
Yeah. No,
and then your number, you're a scammer, number comes up.
I think Google has enough intelligence and like security to not have a gigantic internet company get their shit stolen from them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
they got enough to fact that Google wouldn't allow the number one Google search for a large internet company to be someone who's stealing social security numbers.
No, it's ads. You see sponsored on top, so anybody can pay for sponsored.
Yes, but
I could put a phone number when you search for Spectrum. I could pay, and not everybody would see it, but some people would see it.
Yeah, but
in their
Google
search
wouldn't
results.
let that happen. They would look at it and be like, "We're not letting this guy pay to have the number one search result for Spectrum, so we can steal social security numbers."
Maybe.
Yeah,
we should try it. Actually,
I
think you could do it a couple times. I was like, "Am I the one guy who got fucked?"
Do you want to try?
Do you want to try?
Do you want to try? How much would it cost to be the number? Like, well, okay, let's pick a company. What company?
You could literally just put your phone number, a company, run the ad, and then just see if you get any calls. And then that's all. You wouldn't. And then you could just say, "Hey, wrong number," and then that's how you could run it.
Let's do
test.
Let's do it.
Okay, I don't want to do it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Will you pitch in?
I'll pay for it. It's gonna be like $10.
No, it won't be the number one search if it's $10.
Yes, that's those 3 ads that you see before the search results.
Yeah,
it's one of those, and so that's what happens when you pay for an ad. Is it goes up top.
Okay.
You get one of those 3.
All right. So
you just got to figure out how much it costs to run like 100 impressions of that or whatever, or you can do cost per action, and then you only pay if they actually click the number or something.
Okay, what's the company that we're gonna do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do Spectrum.
No. I want it to be a company that it's fun for me to pretend
Yeah.
that I'm that company,
Yeah.
like Pornhub or something like that.
Yeah. You think
Yeah.
a lot of people are calling Pornhub? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't
I
come.
think,
I'd like to report an issue.
sir, I'm coming over. We're sending over one of our technicians.
Right.
We're on it, sir.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the house between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Right. You just have to
Yeah,
sit
yeah.
there all day,
Yeah, sit
jerking
there.
off, not coming.
Yeah. I've been edging for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Is that guy gonna come? You know.
Yeah, I'd like to report a complaint. It
Yeah.
said busty stepmom, but those are regular tits.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. Our busty stepmom was out sick for the day.
Yeah. Exactly. We have to get a fill in.
What'd you get? What do you think? AIDS. Yeah.
Flat ant.
Yeah.
Flat-chested
I'd
ant.
like a refund. I got a flat ant. I was requested busty mom.
Right.
Sir, I'm on it. I just send you to everyone. Yeah.
Should I send back the flat-chested ant? They're like,
Yeah.
no, you can keep her. You can keep her free of charge.
Sir, the flat ant is on us. Meanwhile, I was like, we're sending someone over right away, and then like
she's
someone
buying
comes over.
cats somehow. She's just
It's
putting
like-
cat food out, and all the
Yeah.
neighborhood cats are coming
Yeah.
to my apartment.
It's like you said you were gonna bring a busty mom. I was like, no, I'm here to fix the flat ant. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give her fake tits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a fucking bicycle pump.
Yeah.
He just plugs it into her nipples. Psh, 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 psh.
Yep, that's right. Life is a cartoon. Life is an awesome cartoon.
How great! I mean, for real though, if you could just put a bicycle pump on your nipples and pump, every girl would have huge tits, right? Like, I think the reason,
I think that's too far off for me to speculate.
What do you
and
mean?
Here's the good thing: I can never prove you wrong.
No, of course you can.
Yeah. What?
You take out an ad for a number for fake tits with a bicycle pump, and then
Yeah.
you'll get calls off the hook.
Dan's fake titty
Yeah,
bicycle pump.
Yeah, exactly.
We should do a fake ad segment.
Listen. You can do whatever you want,
Okay.
and I will support you fully, both emotionally and financially.
Financially.
I mean, if you want to
gonna be my
fucking spend
sugar daddy?
$20 on ads or 50, I don't care. Some like small amount, negligible amount. Yeah, that would be funny.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have
Yeah.
to document it properly.
Of course.
I want you to make a little documentary video talking. I want you to have the camera set up when the feds come in for wire fraud.
Yeah.
And you say, "Hey, look, you're on camera," while they're beating the shit out of you mercilessly.
So
And
it's like,
blood
it's
is just coming out of every hole in your
It's
face.
all good. I'm selling my panties. People think they're Japanese. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how about that? It's a pair of underwear.
So we're like, these are Jewish panties.
Right.
I'm calling the Securities Commission.
It's
Yeah.
it's a pair of underwear getting soiled, and it's singing "Turning Japanese." I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Right.
Oh man.
As it gets covered in piss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what makes Japanese panties Japanese. Is they're covered in urine.
Yeah. I think they still have those vending machines, those Japanese panty
Yeah.
vending machines.
Yeah, they have them at the airport.
Yeah. I got to get some for my kids when they come home. Yeah.
Or just for
It's
people,
like it's
people
like
who
a
can't
mug.
wait.
I love Tokyo and
Yeah.
used panties. Yeah.
Right, I use panties Tokyo.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a piss stain in the shape of a heart
Yeah.
on underwear.
Yeah, you got this at the airport.
We should fucking make that for real. That's got to be a thing. That's got to be I heart Japan, and then it's just piss stained underwear instead of the heart.
Oh, I'm sure it is a thing. Yeah.
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 If not, buy it at our store.
Well, yeah, that's true.
The
Merch.
The merch store. Yeah, we got
Merch.
to make merch for the one guy who watches our videos
Do you think there's a
and comments.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a. Do you think there's a girl who will soil your panties for like, give me your panties, I'll mail them back to you soiled?
Yeah, that's a big service.
It's a big service.
On Craigslist. You see that all the time. So you can buy them for me on my Amazon wish list. I'll piss in them and send them back to you.
Wow.
Yeah. You really know nothing about the world, Dan.
You
You really live
am
under a
naive.
rock. I don't understand.
I
What do
don't
you
live
do
under a
all
rock.
day if you don't read about women pissing in underwear?
Well,
Like, what do you do?
I
What are you
avoid
doing
it.
with your fucking life?
I'm at church.
You're at church?
Yeah, I'm at church.
Yeah, scoping out positions.
I was gonna turn that into getting pissed on by a priest, but
yeah.
no, that was
Yeah.
bell tower.
That is, I mean, the guy who shot up the church, his fucking mom must have been like, wow, he's going to church all the time. This guy, what a good boy that I'm raising.
He loves God so much he's
Yeah.
drawing a map of the church.
Yeah, he's going to a
of all the
black church for some reason. My
Yeah.
racist son really loves black
Yeah,
church.
really, is turning around. He's
Yeah.
really good. He drew a map. He's got where all the exits are and everything. He's
Yeah.
good. He's a good kid.
How about
He's
a guy
turning it
who
around.
he goes to shoot up a black church, but then the music is so good, he just joins a band?
Oh, I mean
Like,
that's
an inspirational story.
isn't that
American History X.
Oh, I was gonna say Sister Act.
The
but,
Sister Act?
yeah.
Oh, is it?
No,
She
no.
goes there to shoot it up initially.
No. She
Whoopi
goes.
Goldberg?
No, Whoopi Goldberg is right.
She's an ex-con.
I think she's a.
I never saw it.
If I remember it correct, she's a prostitute or she
Yeah.
owes somebody money.
Yeah,
She's on run from the law.
yeah.
And as part of her kind of witness protection, she
Yeah.
is pretending to be a nun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking more of just like a guy who was going to kill everybody there.
No.
She had no malicious intent towards those people.
No, she had no malicious intent. In
Yeah.
fact, she made some friends along the way.
Yeah, that really is a scam. You watch movies and everybody has friends, and then real life is the opposite. You know,
Right.
it's just everybody's mad at you constantly, and somehow it costs you a lot of money.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It seems like a you thing. Yeah, everyone's
No.
taking you to court.
No, not at all. Yeah.
For slander.
Oh fuck, man. Oh shit. Yeah. So I moved into this apartment, and it's been a wild little ride. To the point that like I'm wondering if I should move out.
I was thinking about about this the other day. Is that I was thinking about you the other day.
Oh, nice. Huh?
In the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
While I drink
The
in the
other day,
shower.
yeah.
Yeah. You're super good at planning, which is amazing, but
Yeah.
you always sabotage yourself with compulsion.
Yeah.
So you're like, I remember I had to talk to you about money. I was like, man, if I'm going to save this up, then I'd have enough to do. And then you just spend 10 minutes explaining money to me, which is impressive.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, it's about living off the interest and finding
Yeah.
long-term investments and then
Yeah.
doing this IRA and you spread it out and
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. You do all this stuff. And then I'm like, I'm so good with money. And then you're like, you'll call me up a day later. It's like, I just bought an apartment for $1,800. I don't know if it's going to have a month. There's cockroaches. I think I'm
Yeah.
allergic to it. I think I got to get a new oven. Oh my God,
Yeah,
everything's
yeah,
falling
yeah.
apart, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why if you could only control yourself in certain moments, you'd have the best life
no,
ever.
I'm legitimately very mentally ill, I think. Like in terms of like I can't make decisions, and then when I do, it's often the bad one.
Yeah. Is that a mentally ill thing, or is that a?
I don't know. Like I just can't make a decision. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I can't do it,
Yeah.
and I can't commit to anything, and then I just suffer the consequences.
But you do. But this is the a story of you making a very quick, big decision.
Yeah, but then I wanted to back out, and I couldn't because my room had already been rented.
Would you have backed out if you could have
Probably.
of this 1800 one?
Yeah. It's not bad. I enjoy parts of it, but I'll tell you this. I'll tell you a little story about it.
Go into it. Yeah. Go
So
into
I
it.
fucking National Grid had to come to turn on the stove.
Can we give them a little bit of background a little
The
bit?
last
real quick?
episode was all about
Yeah, they don't fucking listen. Just real quick.
All right, I moved into an apartment that it's very big. It's in a very good location in Greenpoint, but it's like an extremely rundown building, and the landlord just doesn't give a fuck, right?
Yes.
So anyways, National Grid is coming, and I'm in the process. Like, I had to pay for somebody to clean it. I had to paint it. I spent all fucking weekend last week painting it. Verizon set up 3 different appointments with me, and then they canceled all of them. And I think it's just that they don't support my building, which is why I'm going with Spectrum. Fine, whatever. I'm actually like relieved that they were like, yeah, you can just pick it up and you'll have internet today. Because with Verizon, it's been like, we
Yeah.
can come sometime next week. There's an
Yeah.
installation fee, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's a big pain in the ass.
All right, great. So I have this apartment, and then National Grid comes, and then so they're supposed to turn the gas on so that I can use the stovetop, because there's a stovetop but the gas is off. So
Okay,
I've been cooking on a hot plate, which sucks.
Yes.
The guy comes and he goes, "Oh, this stove is. I'm not going to approve this." And I go, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Well, one of the knobs doesn't work. One of the clickers isn't clicking, and it's just letting gas out, and that's extremely dangerous."
Yeah, a gas leak.
Yeah.
Well, it leaks
So-
gas and it'll cause a giant explosion.
Right.
So
he was
no.
like, you wouldn't know if gas was coming out, and it could fill the apartment, and then boom. That's
Yeah.
what he goes. He goes boom.
Yeah.
Hold on. He turns the gas off. He goes, "Here's a piece of paper saying it's not approved. It needs to be fixed or replaced in order for us to turn the gas on."
Yeah.
I give it to my landlord, and she goes, "Nah." And then she goes up and just turns the gas on and lights it with a lighter. And she's like, "The clicker's broken, but the stove works. It's fine." And I was like, I'm not really comfortable with this.
Yeah.
She leaves. I turn off the gas to the best of my ability. And I was like, "We got to replace it." And she's like, "No." She's like, "No, we're not doing it." She knocks on one of the tenant's doors, and she goes, "Hey, do you know how to fix a gas stove?" And he goes, "No, I'm just a regular handyman." She goes, "Okay." All in broken English. And then later I go down and I knock on the guy's door. I'm like, "Can we get coffee? I wanna know what the deal is." He's like a hipster guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What's the deal?" He's like, "I mean, I've lived here 12 years. It's like an incredible deal, but I'm a handyman and I redid the entire bathroom He's like, that toilet that you shit in, somebody
Yeah.
bought that because she didn't want to buy a toilet but there was no toilet.
Okay, yeah.
Like a bro. So he's like, shit constantly breaks. And he's like, I can just fix it and then I have a good deal to live in. So if you're handy, you'll be fine. He goes, but, if you talk to your next door neighbor, she'll give you nightmare stories. She's been evicted and is still living there, and they're in an ongoing lawsuit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was like, so what's wrong with the place? He was like, it's gonna be cold in the winter. He's like, the heat, not really that good. So you're gonna have to use space heaters. And I was like, okay, what else? He goes.
That's gonna kill you.
I know. He goes, it's also probably gonna leak. And I said, oh, they told me that there were like leaks before, but they patched them up. Hold on a second. They patched them up, and he goes, yeah, it'll probably leak. It'll probably start leaking. So just don't put anything valuable under that. He goes, but otherwise, it's fine. Just try not to think about it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I think you're gonna be screwed.
Yeah. If I have to move, I have to move.
And
I think I can, like, even with the oven, like, I think I can. If I have to get out of this apartment, I think there's enough issues with it that I could just do what a previous person did, file a number of complaints with 311, blah, 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 and hopefully just get my money back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to run a space heater,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
Why?
Because it's an extra $200 a month.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In renting. That's what my girlfriend now happened to her.
Yeah.
She was like, it's cold, and she just left a space heater on for like months.
Yeah.
And she was like, why is my electric bill $400? It's so expensive here in New York. I was like, I don't know, that's crazy that it's $400 and it's just you living there.
Yeah, no, it's a space heater.
Yeah. And she's like, I just turn this on when I'm cold. I was like, you realize that you're fucking, like, it's spitting like a top.
Yeah, I understand. It's very expensive. So yeah, right now I don't know. It's like I'm in this weird. Anyways, the next day the landlord calls me and she's like, "Okay, you can get a stove and I'll pay for it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay,
okay, that's nice.
That's a concession, yeah."
Yeah.
But so now then I had to I'm on the phone with used appliance. She's like, "Not too expensive though," and I'm like, "Okay." I'm calling used appliance places. Finally, I mean, this is not that interesting, but I find one, and then it's like it's $100 more just to get a brand new one on Home Depot.
Yeah.
That comes with a year warranty and all this shit. And I was like, and they install it, and I was like, I'll just do that. Like, I'll pay the fucking $100 if I have to, just to not. I don't want to pay $550.
Yeah.
They install a stove and then it craps out, and now it's my fault.
Yes.
But also, why should I be looking for a fucking stove? I shouldn't.
Also, this is just time out of your life.
Of course, yeah.
You know,
it's this whole month has been wasted.
You could be writing jokes. You could be.
I would never do that.
You could be going hanging out at shows. You could be trying to get on shows. You could be doing whatever.
Yeah, I could be living my life instead of dealing with this apartment. Yeah, I'm fully aware. Anyways, I ordered the fucking stove. It should be on its way. But what's below this, by the way?
What are you looking at?
You have two instances of OBS. Anyways, yeah. So I'm dealing with the apartment, and then the other night Veronica comes over and she's like, "Your apartment smells like gas." And I realized that when I went to turn off the hot plate, I accidentally turned another one of the knobs, and the gas was still connected, and it had just been filling the apartment with gas. So
you can suffocate. Dude.
I know. We turned it off, opened the windows, went for a walk, came back, and it was fine. But now I'm like nervous about the fucking gas in this place.
There's nothing worse
Yeah.
than a safety issue in the house.
Yeah. It's
I had a roommate that wouldn't turn the stove off.
Yeah.
And it's just I couldn't stop. I would think about her all day. Is my house burning down?
Right
now because of this dumb bitch.
It's a fucking nightmare. And so, I mean, I'm hoping that once I get the oven and once I get internet, the place will be livable and it's resolved. But the two issues that stand to be resolved are, is it going to leak? And how cold is it going to get over the winter?
Yeah.
And is it going to be so bad that I have to move? You know?
Yes.
I don't know.
Here's my theory.
Yeah.
You'll move.
Maybe.
Yeah.
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 I messaged a guy about seeing a place today, that's around the corner.
Yeah. I think you impulsively shot yourself into a 3-month-long nightmare.
Maybe.
And
yeah.
And it's gonna be another 2-3 months till you know exactly what your life is gonna be like living wise.
Right. I also looked at started looking at like just buying a converted van and selling all my shit and just living out of a van.
Yeah, that's also a bad idea.
Yeah, I feel like an insane person.
Why are you don't
as
be
of
Hans
late.
don't be Hans Kim.
He's doing great.
What he's doing okay. He's in Austin.
He's doing great. They just mentioned him on Rogan.
Okay. All right.
You know?
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
headlining.
Is he?
Yeah, he's headlining shows and rooms all over Texas.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Then be like him. Get a fucking van.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if I could live in a van. I think it might drive me crazy.
I think it would drive you crazy a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Also,
Living in an apartment drives me crazy.
Also, is your girlfriend gonna be down if her boyfriend's a fucking van guy?
Yeah, she said it's fine. My girlfriend's very cool.
She's down. She'd fuck you in a van.
Probably, yeah. Have you met her?
She would go.
Oh, yeah,
to
you met her.
your yeah. Of course I met her. Are you kidding me?
Probably I would just go to her house. I mean, it doesn't make sense to fucking, if you have a van, to be like, you come to the van. I would just drive to her house and
With your
fuck her
van.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, there's benefits to the van.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, she has a shower.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
I don't know, man.
Anyway, so I'm just dealing with all this shit in my life, and it feels like my actual life is on hold to deal with all this bullshit.
You know, it's the problem with moving or doing anything big or making any type of change, even
Yeah.
like changing a job or
Right.
anything like that. People want to do it all the time, but you realize that once you do it, you don't have your life for however long it takes for you to settle into that thing.
Right, changing a job is huge because
Yeah.
you're just stressed out about getting fired every day for like the first month or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like honestly, like yesterday, I think I would have probably had a like mental breakdown, being like I was on the phone all day trying to get internet and a stove installed.
Yeah,
Like I don't care about these things.
yeah.
These things aren't important to me. I mean, I guess internet
No,
is
they're
important,
necessary, but
but they're necessary. But it's so not something
that's
like
not how you want to be spending your time.
I'm mad at existence for making it be about that at this moment
Right.
for so long. You
Right,
know,
right,
but like
right.
really, a week I've been like focused on a stove.
Oh, it's been fucking 17 days now.
Yeah, yeah. That's when my tooth chipped.
Yeah,
I was like, it wasn't even like, oh, my teeth are falling out, blah, 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 blah. I was like, great, I have so much shit to do, and now I got to put all that aside
yeah.
to fix my mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it might be a week.
Right.
You know? And it might be money I don't have.
Right.
So it's just, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's what's going on with me, I guess.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all of it.
You know.
Is just having to deal with that shit right now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, worst comes to worst. I guess it's not the worst issue to have, where it's like I could just get another fucking apartment and probably be paying a little bit more than I want to. You know, probably pay $2,000 or something. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. But then you've doubled your rent.
Yes and no. I mean,
Well, yes and yes.
yes and yes, but
it's fucking math.
yeah, but you've doubled your rent to live alone in a nicer area.
Yeah, I didn't say.
Yeah, it's not like I'm in the bedroom and my rent doubled. You know,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
right?
Yeah.
I'm in the same room.
No, you're getting
No, that fucking room went up by $200, by the way.
Get the fuck out.
So
really?
it's $1,250 for that room now.
God damn.
Yeah,
I read a thing in the New York Times. That's
Yeah.
the beginning of every
yeah,
douchebag sentence.
yeah,
Actually, I think the New York Times has lost its reputation enough where if you say I read it in the New York Times,
yeah.
at least for me personally, when I hear that, I'm like, this. I don't think that this person knows what they're talking about. I'm like, this
Yeah.
person's a little bit of a douche.
Right.
Yeah. If someone says I read it in the Times.
I think it's a reputable newspaper. You know, as far as newspapers go. I mean, the whole thing is there's just like mass skepticism about the media in general, and nobody trusts anything.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you read the New York Times?
I'll read articles when I see interesting articles.
Yeah. I read it a lot less than I did now, and I
Yeah.
think it's a little bit propaganda-y, wokey,
Yeah.
annoying.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't think it's bad. It annoys me now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But PBS doesn't do that. Anyway, I was reading in the New York Times that there's a big rent hike
Yeah.
right now, and there's problems with rent.
Yeah.
Like it's like bouncing back, but it's like bouncing back too much.
Oh, really?
And if you look at the prices,
Yeah.
yeah, they're pretty high.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
brutal.
So it looks like you're stuck.
No, I think I'll be fine.
You're gonna be in the fucking cold, my friend.
You know what the real issue is? The real issue is that I'm
You're gonna
trying.
be living in that tent. All those people outside
Yeah.
that
They used to live in
that
my
tenement,
apartment,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
like, oh, I used to live there too.
Well, no, because the guy who lives in my
You
building.
should live in the tent with us. There's a stove.
Yeah, he's lived there 12 years. That's got to say something, right?
Well, I'm sure it says something about him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also he's lived there 12 years, and then he said there was a
know-
musician up there who started a fire who was definitely on heroin. He said, and then he got kicked out, but then he tried to get back in because he realized how good he had it.
Yeah, but that's like a heroin.
Yeah, I know.
Guy. Yeah.
So as far as like a place to do heroin, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. It's so funny, like in rent, it's like either it seems like the most official and possible thing to get into.
What?
Just like a building.
Yeah.
You know, or an apartment. You know,
Yeah.
it's like 40 times the rent, and
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
we need this, we need these statements. I've been
Yeah, yeah.
asked so much,
Yeah.
you know, to get in, and then there's the illegitimate level,
Yeah.
and it's just the sketchiest people.
It's a
And
fucking
how do
nightmare.
how do they coexist? How does one have such high standards?
What do you mean? How
And
do
the
the
other one-
people who put money into their building and want to make sure that they're making money on top of it have good standards, and the people who let you live in a fucking collapsing building have low standards?
No. It's
How can it be both or what?
Yeah, I'm talking about how does the city allow it?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh well.
Yeah, I have been Googling, like, legitimately, like, do New York City buildings collapse? Are they on top of shit
You're
to the
too
point?
paranoid,
Are
dude.
they on top of shit? I'm extremely paranoid. Are they on top of shit to the point that, like, you know, it might be uncomfortable, but fucking the building is not going to collapse? You know? Like, or is it like, do I literally have to worry about the ceiling caving in?
I don't know. I've never been.
You should come over.
No, it doesn't seem safe.
You should come over. I think you would like the place.
I'm gonna walk in and light a cigarette, and the place is gonna blow up.
Yeah, don't smoke.
Can I smoke in here?
Yeah. Right.
That'd be horrible. Yeah. Also, I don't really smoke anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you quit?
I hate to say this, but I think the pandemic. I think I was smoking a lot from the habit of stand-up.
Oh, really?
Sounds so bad. Yeah, just at a show when you want a cigarette,
Yeah.
and then not doing it during the pandemic, I was able to separate those two things and
Yeah.
like not smoke.
Yeah.
And then now that I've started doing stand-up again
Yeah.
for a while now, that it's drastically. I rarely feel like I want
Yeah.
a cigarette. I also have a job,
Yeah.
which means I can't really.
They'll
I-
let you pop out to smoke for sure.
Yes, but I don't. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And there's a big difference, but just between in your chair not doing anything all day, and then they just be like taking a cigarette break, and then be like in the middle of something and be like, I will smoke a cigarette. I will stop what I'm doing and smoke a cigarette now.
Or is your job busy now?
What? Yeah, it's busy, but it's also I can't just smoke a cigarette out of the window. So
Oh, right. You have
yeah.
to go downstairs.
I gotta go downstairs, and if someone's in the office, they notice, and you know I gotta buzz in and buzz out again. It's a huge pain in my ass.
Are you embarrassed by the fact that you smoke?
I am embarrassed by the fact that
Yeah.
I smoke. It's not cool.
I mean, you work with a bunch of old ladies, right?
No, I work with a bunch of people. I would say, I work with a bunch of. It's mostly women,
Yeah.
but it's a wide age range.
But like in the 70s,
like
doctors.
late 20s to late 50s.
Okay, but
Yeah.
those late 50s people, they went to doctors that smoked. You see what I'm saying? Like those old smoking used
Your
to be much more
timeline
of a
is
thing.
way fucked up.
No, in the 70s.
If someone in the doctors did not smoke in the office in the 70s,
I read that they did.
where
The internet.
the internet? Where on
Yeah.
the internet?
I don't know, some fucking thread.
Smokingbroads.com.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoking 70s
All right,
broads.
you want to fucking look it up? Let's see.
It's just a woman
How
in a
about
doctor's office with a
when-
big bush smoking a cigarette in Playboy.
Right, niche magazines.
Yeah.
Did
Did you ever go?
Do you know when smoking was banned on airplanes? Let's play that. When do you think? You're on air. So
I know.
Yeah.
84.
Yeah, 2000
Shut up. 2000 people weren't
Yeah.
allowed to smoke on airplanes?
federally. So maybe some states
I think most airlines had a.
been imposed in piecemeal manner since the beginning of the 80s. So
I feel like I'm kind of correct then.
yeah.
Yeah. There's no way an airline would allow you to smoke in
Okay.
2000.
In 1990, the ban applied to the passengers and cabin of the aircraft, but not the flight deck. Pilots were allowed to continue smoking after the 90s.
Up until the 2000s.
Okay. Due
in
to
2000
concerns over potential flight safety issues caused by nicotine withdrawal. 94, Delta was the first airline to ban smoking on all worldwide
In
flights.
2004, they banned meth, actually.
Really?
Yeah. pilots couldn't smoke meth anymore.
Yeah, everybody got there way later. Flights were really fast before.
Yeah.
One of those meth. Yeah. So okay, so it was a process from the 80s up to 2000, I think, is when it was fully smoke free. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, what were we talking about before? Why I quit?
No,
Or that I
I
quit?
mean that you're thinking that smoking is this like dirty thing. When I'm saying half the people you work with, smoking was around their entire lives.
Yes, but smoking cigarettes, specifically cigarettes, is gross, and not just because of the health
Yeah.
thing. It's a lot of it's because of the health thing.
Yeah.
It makes your breath stink.
Yeah.
It makes your fingers stink.
Makes your clothes stink.
It makes your clothes stink. It makes
Right.
your fingers fucking yellow.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of hard to like
Justify or what?
or like smoke a cigarette and then at least if it's a like kiss somebody, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like gross for the other person
Yeah, I guess.
And
Unless
I've-
they're also a smoker.
unless they're also a smoker. But I've
In which case
I've-
they're like
I've-
menthol.
yeah,
You fucking
Which
suck
is
your
just-
breath
yeah,
in.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just a gross thing. And I thought I was walking by Washington Square Park and there were like a bunch of hippies smoking weed, and I was like, yeah, it's definitely a flower.
Yeah.
Like it's like this wonderful floral
Yeah.
smell. It's like young, beautiful people. Like it's
Yeah.
like their fucking bodies are hanging out and everything. They're
Yeah.
in shape. They're laughing,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, what a great thing that's happening between them right now. It's a cool social thing. And you walk, it's a guy with a fucking suit and a tie. It's the summer. He's sweating. He's uncomfortable. He's on his break and he's smoking a cigarette.
Desperately.
It smells like
sweating.
yeah, and he's smoking it as fast as he can so he can go back into work.
Yeah.
And it smells like fucking car exhaust.
Right, which I actually enjoy the smell of. Car exhaust.
Car exhaust?
And
Yeah.
gasoline.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys too.
Anything that gets me close to death, I'm
Yeah.
like, that is
no.
a
I like
fucking
I like
nice
those
smell.
I like those chemical smells, but there's nothing like
It's
I
not
never
a pleasant
entered.
one
I've
to
never
smell.
entered a room and like cigarettes. Ooh, you
Right,
know,
right.
But like weed.
Also because
I'm
it's
like,
stale
ooh.
and it sticks around.
Yeah,
So that's your bit on weed versus cigarettes.
that is not a bit.
That's a bit. It sounds like a bit. Weed is
It's a
like this.
Pretty bad bit. You weren't laughing.
Cigarettes are like that.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my own things going on, Dan. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not the best barometer for
Yeah.
whether things
Weed
are
and
funny right
cigarettes.
now.
Cigarettes and weed.
You ever see a motherfucker smoke a cigarette? My man's in a hurry,
yeah.
sucking it down. Got to get back to work.
Yeah.
You see a brother smoking weed? He laughing. He ripped. He got some bitches.
All right.
Yeah.
Pause for edit.
What do you mean?
No. Yeah, no, it was a good impression of my white grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, she's super
She was very,
racist.
yeah. I was like, Grandma, you can't say that. She's like, I'm old. You hate me anyway.
she's really into deaf comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
She's a trailblazer. She's not
Yeah.
mocking
That
guys.
shit clicks with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Def Comedy Jam was legitimately good.
I
and
never
is
watched it.
legitimately good.
I never watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like the best crowd. Like Martin Lawrence was like one of the best hosts of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he would have the best crowd work. And then some legitimately great comics
Yeah.
came from it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Fuck, Chappelle's from that.
Right. Yeah.
He got his start on Def Jam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So what else we got? What do you got going on? What's been up with you?
I don't know. I got a
I found funny shit online. If you want to talk about that
We could-
instead. I don't know.
well, you know.
Or are you just gonna like dig into the recesses of your life and like do you have stuff that's interesting, or are you just being like, I ordered socks online? Like, is this going?
How do you know? I did order socks.
Did you?
online. No, I didn't.
I ordered socks online. You know what? They fucking like they get really smelly really fast. I think they're like too much of a polyester heavy blend as opposed to cotton,
Yeah.
and they just make my feet sweat and they smell like death.
It's amazing how synthetic materials. Those are you're like, what causes a smell? My feet to smell. It's synthetic materials 100%. If
Yeah.
you use natural stuff, it will not smell.
Right.
The boot I'm using is all leather.
Right.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't smell.
Nice.
My shoes stink.
yeah.
My sneakers stink.
That's why I saw you
'cause it's
before the
fucking-
show, just
Yeah.
face in your boot, just going. It doesn't smell at all.
Um.
You remember that? You're swirling. You were swirling a cognac,
yeah.
drinking the cognac and sniffing the
smelling
boot,
smelling
face in
my
your
boot.
fucking boot, being like,
Yeah.
it smells like nothing.
Yeah.
It smells like fucking nothing.
Yeah. I was like, this one smells like. Oh yeah, I put cheese
Yeah.
in it. I started eating cheese out of
And
it.
you broke up with your girlfriend because
Yeah.
she smoked and it made your boots smell like
Yeah.
cigarettes when
Yeah.
you guys would sit around
Yeah.
sipping cognac and sniffing your boots.
I bet you there is a thing like that. A friend, a gay friend of ours who used to live in Berlin used to tell me that there's a thing at this famous club called Berghain, which you know,
Yeah.
where there's like stinky foot night,
Yeah.
and they literally people like for a week, like 7 days before, like a week before the night, they will wrap their feet in plastic bags
Yeah.
and walk around just to get the most fermented, stinkiest feet possible.
I'm not sure. I'm
And then
not
they
sure
go
I
to
buy it.
and then they go to Stinky Foot Night. This person wouldn't lie.
This guy is fucking with you.
No, it's not. It's a Canadian friend of ours.
Yeah.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
Very muscular guy.
Yeah, the nicest guy ever. He wouldn't
Yeah.
lie about it. He's not the type of person that would lie about it.
I
think
but
Berghain has a stinky foot night.
He's very nice and he's very gullible. So I think it's just a guy with stinky feet. Told him it was like, he was like, what? It's just he blew a homeless guy and he was like, "Why do you have bags on your feet?"
He's like,
and he was
"Oh."
like, "Oh no, that's for a stinky foot night. That's the hottest night at the club."
Yeah,
you know,
he's
you
like,
haven't heard
welcome,
about it?
He was like, "Welcome to Berghain." He's like,
Yeah.
"This is an alley." He's like, "This is the alley part of Berghain
Oh,
where."
Yeah,
Yeah.
the main club is too mainstream. This is
Yeah.
the hardest one to get into. You
Yeah.
need bags over your feet.
Yeah, this is Berghain.
Yeah. He's like, "You're lucky I let you in here into my club." He's just
Yeah.
like in a garbage can like Oscar the Grouch getting blown by our Canadian friend
Yeah.
with bags on his feet. He goes, "Can you at least take the bags off your feet?" He goes, "No, they're not ready.
Yeah.
They're still cooking."
I started writing you're gonna hate this. I started writing a sketch the other day about Oscar the Grouch.
Love it.
He wins the lottery.
Yeah.
And then
He just buys a bigger trash can.
No. He moves to like the good part of town, but he ends up living in Harvey Weinstein's lawyer's shredder bin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just gets all these horrible documents
Yeah.
sent to him. The bit needs work. The sketch needs work, but
Why? No. I mean, the joke is why bring Harvey Weinstein into this?
he works in like a shredder bin where horrible documents are being like shoved into his house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's Oscar the Grouch. It's such an easy sketch. He wins a lottery and then he just moves into a garbage can in a nicer neighborhood, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But then he doesn't like it because it's cupcake stores. And
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch is from the hood.
Yeah, all he gets is
Yeah.
cupcake wrappers.
Yeah, he's getting the wrong trash.
Yeah, regular size condoms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's cool. Anyway, no, I didn't have anything else to talk about.
He lives in a nice part of town, so like he's annoyed that people keep putting like living babies in his trash can.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a nice
It's just
part
like,
of town
yeah,
thing?
it's just like migrant workers that they shoot after
Yeah.
they fucking clean up after their blood orgies.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, yeah, just to live in the trash can of a rich person must be wild.
Yeah. It's just bodies and documents. So it doesn't have to be Harvey Weinstein's paper shredder.
It's like Gucci shoes and like severed ears from kidnappings gone wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. What would you do if you had a fuckload of money?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd probably buy some. I'd probably give it all to charity.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, of course I wouldn't. No. I'm joking.
You won't even pay me when we split something.
What do you mean?
I'm like, we need a new mixer, and you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, I'll buy it. It's fine.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I mean, we haven't worked on stuff recently in a while, so. But I'm saying you're not. You don't strike me. Don't take this the wrong way as the charitable type. You don't strike me as the type of man who's eager to part with his money.
You have me completely. First of all, I bought this like whole studio pretty much, except except the recorder. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
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 So I guess half the headphones. So I part with my money
Mm-hmm.
and I give to charity.
You give to charity?
I give to charity.
What charities do you give to?
It's a fund that helps give you.
Cumsluts.com.
No, it's givingcancertosanti.org.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we're hoping to come up with a way of giving you cancer.
You're working with my landlord?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
leave the gas on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad buildings for assholes. That's what I.
Right.
It's like Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
Bad buildings for assholes.
Sure.
Yeah. I would give some of it to charity now that we're. But I'd probably would put it in a bunch of. I'd probably find a way to live off the interest and live simply. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if you had enough money that you don't have to live off the interest? You're just set for life. The point of the exercise is not how would you continue to fund your life. The whole point of the exercise is if you had unlimited money, what would you do?
I'd have really good versions of the things. I'd have the best version of the few things that I like.
Which are?
which like I would always have like a brand new Mac computer.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the new model came out, I would probably get that.
Yeah.
I'd probably have really good shoes. I'd probably have like the clothes that I like, which aren't fashionable, but are like well made and won't break down.
Right.
I just have better quality. It would be a better quality of what I have now. I'd probably still live in an apartment. I'd probably buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your idea of unlimited wealth is you would have the lifestyle of someone who makes $90,000 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
I don't know, man.
What would you do with it?
I would I would buy Williamsburg and make it a circus and make everyone perform at gunpoint or something like that.
Yeah,
know?
but
like
you're
something exciting.
You are a psycho like that, though. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You would do horrible manipulative
have so
things
much
with
fun.
the power and money that you've had.
No, I wouldn't manipulate people. Just people who deserve it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It would be Squid Games in a fucking second.
Squid Game.
Yeah.
It's Squid Game.
Yeah.
It's Squid Game. And I was talking to my friend, and she goes, apparently it's a black thing to just call it Squid Games. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's just Squid Game.
I've been
Yeah, man, been watching Squid Games. And Dan just picks up Ebonics for some reason.
it's where I'm living. There's so many
Yeah.
people I'm hearing talking about it. Are you sure it's Squid Game?
I'm pretty sure it's Squid Game.
I think it's Squid Games.
You want to bet money?
I think it's Squid's apostrophe S game.
Squid's Game.
Yeah. It's a guy named Squid.
All right, do you want to fucking bet?
No, you're looking at it right now.
Yes, but I knew I was right. It's Squid Game.
Yeah, you can't look at the answer, think you're right, and then look at me and go, "Do you want to bet?"
Yeah, because you don't know. You know?
Yeah, but you know that you're right at that point.
But I'm letting you decide to bet.
Yes, but if
I had confidence in my answer, and I knew
no, then why'd you look it up?
to prove
Okay.
to you.
But as soon as you look it up, you know if you say
Well,
if you want
yeah,
to bet,
so-
I know that you know you're right.
Yeah, so you shouldn't bet.
Yeah. Okay, $10.
Nice.
Nice. You shake on it. I was like, damn.
Let's talk about Squid Game. Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I almost knew I was gonna get in trouble for not watching it.
All right, all right. What did you order online this week?
Well, no. We can talk about it.
What do you know about it?
What I know that this is the synopsis of
Yeah.
Squid Games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Squid's Games.
Squid Game. Singular.
Say double singular. Squid
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah.
But do they play multiple games?
Yes.
So it's a game that contains other games.
Squid Game is a game. It's like hopscotch. It's the name of a game,
Okay.
and it's the final game they play.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I know it's a bunch of people in debt,
Mm-hmm.
and they're financially in a bad place.
Yeah.
And what happens is that they either end up getting kidnapped or go somewhere where they have to play these games, and it's children games.
Yeah.
It's like red light, green light, and these other
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that instead of just being out, they die through horrific violence.
Yes.
And whoever wins the game is the last person winning the game out of all these people.
Yeah.
Become rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, they become rich. And I know there's like a cookie element to it
Right.
because of Instagram. I see all these.
So this is all information you've
Squid Game.
gleaned purely from memes, from seeing internet shit.
memes and I guess the people talking on the streets.
Really? You talk
Yeah.
to the people on the streets?
Yeah, about Squid Games.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you call it Squid Games.
That's what I've been hearing
'Cause
people.
that's what you hear people on the street referred to.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That's very funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I come in next week and you're like, "Can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Dan."
Dan, you need to go back to the suburbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 2 weeks after that, I'm like, thank you for having me move back,
Yeah.
Santiago.
Yeah, exactly.
I was really lost my sense of self.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow you talk like Chappelle doing a white guy.
Yeah, I know.
You moved to the suburbs. And,
I did a 23andMe. I'm 50% Chappelle doing a white guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
That's where I come from. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I did see some like Steve Harvey. That's the game show host / original Kings of Comedy, right? That was,
Yes.
Okay. He reposted.
He's the white. I'm sorry. He's the yellow suit special guy.
Yeah, or purple suit, or he had a special on the yellow suit.
He had
Okay.
a special that is very famous. A very funny special.
It's good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
His stand-up is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's so funny that these stand-ups. I mean, Kings of Comedy, Bernie Mac, like it was some of the filthiest comedy you've seen,
Oh yeah.
especially at the time. And then that parlays into being a game show host for The Price is Right.
It's it's pretty awesome, but it's also it's because he's seen as like a corny guy now.
Yeah.
That you have to like go. It's like go back to his like super dirty funny shit.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. He did that, and
Yeah.
he was like, I'm just gonna sell out one day,
Yeah.
and he did.
Yeah.
But the good stuff is still there. I don't know.
I bet you he's still very funny.
Oh yeah.
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 But he does fucking
Yeah.
just the lamest shit for a lot of money, probably.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, he reposted on I don't even know why I'm still on Facebook, but I saw like a Facebook video and it said Steve Harvey likes this, and it was like a guy. They go up to a homeless guy and they're like, "What's your dream, man?" You know, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Like, you're homeless. A guy comes up to you holding a camera to your face and they go, "What's your dream?" And he goes, "I wanted to have a food truck." And he's like, "What happened?" He's like, "COVID closed my restaurant. Now I'm sleeping on the street." And they're like, "All right, man, we're gonna help you out." And then they take him, they fucking get him a haircut and new clothing, and they're like, "Guess what? We got you a food truck." He's like, "What?"
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you gonna make?" He goes, "Nacho tacos." And he's like, "What? What's that?" And then they sell tacos and they have a big fundraiser, and it's like, "We raised $150,000 for your house." It's like, sure, it's just like emotionally manipulative. It's like
It's Christmas time.
Sociopathic.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
sociopathic to just like,
It's Christmas time giving feel.
yeah, it's that vibe, but it's really just a guy using this to build his brand, you know,
Yeah, of course.
and get followers and be like, it's feel good, whatever. Anyways, Steve Harvey liked the video and or the Steve Harvey fucking Facebook page official, and then a guy commented on there like, "Please, Steve, I've been trying to contact you for 15 years.
No.
Like, please reply to me. This is my last chance, Steve."
He Eminem stand Steve Harvey.
Just in the comments of a
You
Facebook
read-
video that he liked.
Yeah.
And then it was a bunch of people being
Why
like,
don't you return my phone calls,
and
Steve?
there was a bunch of people being like, "Steve will see this. Steve will get back to you."
No way.
Yeah, you don't realize how sad like our society is until you go on Facebook.
It's you don't.
Instagram is people trying to show you
I
how
think of
dope
it-
their lives are,
I
and
think of it this way.
Facebook is people not realizing other people can see what they're
I
typing.
think of it this way. First of all, I know a comic that has a great joke about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I see it this way. It's not. It's Facebook doesn't show you how sad society is. It shows you how sad it can get.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's like going to a garbage dump and
Yeah.
be like, the world is so polluted.
Right.
It's like, no, this is the most concentrated. It's here for a
No.
reason
Right,
because it's the most
right.
concentrated garbage that you've ever seen in your life. So it's gonna feel like everything is like that when you're there because it's so vast that
Yeah.
there's like you see a horizon of and you know the garbage continues over it. You know.
Right.
So
I
it's
guess
just non-ending.
it's the same thing that like Twitter is like 5% of the most annoying people on the planet.
Yeah.
Facebook is just 5% of the absolute stupidest people on the planet.
Yeah. What if this was all a plan
Just-
to like corral like all the most annoying people to eliminate them?
Well, that's
Like what if this was like a Holocaust?
yeah.
Like on a level of like and then we just put up Facebook and all the most annoying
Right.
horrible people showed up.
They just have a Facebook
And then
event
we
and it's just a
basically-
hole
yeah,
and people
yeah.
just can't.
Yeah, part of me
Yeah.
was like, yeah, have a Facebook event like of the most popular influencers, like
Yeah.
influencers on like Facebook or whatever.
Right. It's just
and-
like boomer meme pages. That's all Facebook is
and
now.
it's just like, come meet at this event. There'll be a bag of cash waiting for you.
Right.
You know, and it's just a black hole that they disappear into.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the next
So
day,
instead of financial debt, it's emotional and intellectual debt. You know,
What?
a lack of
oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And then the next day, what? The world is wonderful.
yeah. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, except that those are the people who do all the labor.
No.
Actually, I don't even know if that's true. Oh, it's just a lot of out of touch middle class people. Also, the world is just very upsetting and empty.
Yeah. What did you think of Squid Game?
You didn't see it, man. What are we talking?
I'm sorry, Squid Games.
What are we doing here? I saw an ad. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about.
All right.
Squid Game was enjoyable. I enjoyed it, and that's all that I need out of a show.
I hear it's very derivative.
Of what?
I don't know. It's a word I felt like saying.
Yeah.
Derivative.
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be like it's like
Hunger Games.
it's like it's
Last Man Standing.
yeah. It's like a version of that. It's like a mix and match version of all the previous kind of like. It's a game where you die. You know.
Yeah. I mean, everything is derivative. What do we?
Not this podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
two guys talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's done that before.
Before it was 3 or 1. No one ever tried 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be done. We
Yeah.
don't have 2 mic technology. Only 1 or 3 mic technology.
So I'm gonna plug a website that I got an ad for
Okay.
because I love their product.
Okay.
So I was scrolling. I think I'm on Facebook because that's where you find housing.
Nazis.com.
Yeah. I was scrolling through like some apartment website to see if I needed to find another apartment. And then I saw an ad that was just a hand holding some shit, and I was like, this must be some mistake. And I clicked on the link, and it took me to poopsenders.com.
That is okay.
Do you know what that is?
I mean, can I guess?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, go ahead.
It's people who want to send different kinds of shit
Yeah.
to their enemies.
Yes. So it's shit as a service.
Yeah.
It's SaaS.
Yeah.
And and they have like chimpanzee shit, elephant shit, gorilla shit.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you pick your shit, and then it'll mail it to someone, and then they just get mailed some shit.
Yeah.
That's great. I wish I thought of that. I can't believe I have a desk job.
Yeah.
Or I've had a desk job.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, it seems like an easy business,
Yeah.
but
You gotta deal with shit all day.
Yeah, you got to deal with shit all day. You are packing shit
Yeah.
and mailing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that better than whatever? Is that better than coding?
You think the owner is doing that, or you think he's hiring a Dan to do it for him?
What?
Like, let me find a desperate Dan to do some work
I'm
for
not
me.
fucking desperate at my job.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about before when I had like TaskRabbit
What do
shit
you-
and
you-
stuff like that.
You mail shit out for Tiago, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in this
That is
scenario,
like-
I would
but
be
I will-
Tiago,
I
and
will
you would be
say,
Dan.
I will say this: there was a time where I did not need to do that. Now it's like half a favor.
Yeah, but you get paid.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
it good money for the work?
It's not really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah. It's
All
just
right.
because the travel's there. We don't need to talk about this anyway. Sending poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It is the it's the theme for dirty work.
Did you know that it's the oldest business?
Oh, really?
Sending poop to your enemies?
Yeah.
It's the oldest
It
business.
was that then prostitution.
People think it was prostitution.
Yeah.
But really, it was how it started. It was like, hey, can I pay you to fuck me? And they were like, yeah, why do you need to pay to fuck? He's like, I'm really frustrated. They're like, why? It's like, I just got a bag of shit in my doorstep.
Oh, yeah, that's been happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the profession. That's
Yeah.
what.
Right, yeah.
It's like, which one? The one.
Yeah, the world's oldest profession.
Yeah.
Sending shit in a bag.
Yeah, actually, that's how they kind of stumbled into farming by doing that. Some guy just like got mailed all this shit. He's like put in his backyard. He's like, guys, we can grow fruit out of this pile.
Yeah.
It goes
you know.
mailing shit and then farming and then prostitution.
Well, first they had the mail trucks
Yeah.
where they would carry all the shit that they would mail each other.
Yeah.
It was the first thing that happened in society. And then they were like, hey, we should figure out how to eat food.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, what's the world's last
Profession?
profession?
So the world's first profession is mailing shit. The second profession is prostitution.
Yeah. The third profession is farming.
Sure. The third profession is farming.
The fourth profession is influencer.
Sure.
YouTuber.
Instagram influencer.
Yeah.
I think the world's last profession is a guy who you pay him and he comes to your house and shoots you. I guess that's the second to last profession.
Yeah.
Because
What's
then he's
the-
got to do himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The second to last profession is the guy that kills himself.
Oh, you know what? I mean, if you want to be philosophical about it, the world's last profession is the world's first profession, which is fucking. Once society collapses, you have to go back to mailing shit.
But to who?
Yeah, exactly. You just
Also,
mail it to yourself. It's like a Mr. Bean sketch, and you're like, your hands are dirty. You're furious.
Meanwhile, it's funny how the world's first profession didn't have a post office.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the mail wasn't a profession, but you could still mail shit to people.
Yeah, that's a joke I was trying to make earlier.
Yeah. It's messenger pigeon.
Right.
That's why. Yeah.
Right.
You just tie some shit to a pigeon and train it to go to your.
Right.
Is there a pigeon with a bag of shit on my doorstep right now?
It's like a buff ass pigeon.
Yeah.
It's just like the fucking coolest pigeon.
Yeah.
The world's last profession would be finding berries and hunting animals so you don't die. I mean, if you're the last person on Earth, that's what I
Yeah.
imagine the world's last profession is. Unless you mean What's the profession that like once society has this profession, then nobody has to work anymore? Is that the idea?
Yeah, or I like the profession that.
The question is, are other people still around? Yes or no in this scenario?
Yes.
Okay. If people are not around, I think it's finding food. If people are around, what's the world's last profession? I don't know, man. AI, just a guy who makes sure AI doesn't run out of control. He's like the watchdog for the AI that takes over everything.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
All right.
What did you think it was going to be?
I don't know, like
Sending pee. You're like, guys, we missed a crucial first step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sending pee-soaked rags.
Right.
Yeah. I have no idea what the last profession would be, but anyway, that's a good business that I've seen before.
Yeah.
The thing is that you said you want to do it, but
No,
do you have a shit connect?
No, it's probably just a disgruntled guy who works at the zoo. Honestly, frankly,
it's probably.
How else does he have gorilla shit or zebra shit?
Why does he have to be disgruntled?
Oh, it's just a guy who goes to the zoo and goes, "Hey, you guys want to make a little side money? We'll split the money."
Yeah, he's like, "Give me your." He's like, "This is called value-added product."
Yeah.
Actually, that's not what a value-added product is.
What's a value-added product?
A value-added product is something like a pork belly, which isn't worth a lot, but if you turn it into bacon, it is you add value to the product.
Right.
So this is not an example of that.
No, it is because the shit's not worth a lot, but if you turn it into something you mail, then you've added value to the product.
Yeah, then okay, so shit is not worth anything, but if you turn it into a vengeance,
Yeah,
it's a
you just have to
value-added
add
product.
vengeance.
So yeah, it's probably a guy. It's probably
add spite.
Yeah, it's probably a zookeeper who had a really great idea, or a guy that was like, I live near the zoo.
Yeah.
I have this really funny idea.
I live near the zoo and can somehow access all their fucking shit divided by animals. He crawls into the cages and takes all the shit out of the gorilla cage.
No, he probably cuts the zookeeper in. Probably slips him to 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he goes, let me know when the bags of shit.
Meanwhile, it's not like you're ordering it to yourself. Like, what are you going to send it to your enemy? And then he's like, this is gorilla shit. He's like, you know what bothers me is bear shit. You sent me the wrong shit. Like, who's going to check? It could be human shit for all you know. You're not the one getting it.
Yeah. Also, I wonder if you could get a refund. It was like, yeah, I ordered elephant shit.
Yeah.
And bear shit showed up.
Yeah.
And he likes bear shit. So.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, I know, but like you could get a refund. Like, what would the customer service thing be like? Yeah.
Yeah. Because nobody would make that call is the point.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. All right. And so I saw that. That's the thing I saw. You got anything? You got any scams this week? Is that a scam? Is that a scam? Or is that just an honest business?
Why is that a scam at all?
Well, you're sending shit to your enemies.
That's not scamming anybody.
All right. It's just an annoying thing.
It's a prank.
Right.
Like if you sat down on a whoopee cushion and it made a fart noise, did I scam you?
Yeah.
No.
If you were like, hey, do you want to pay $5 to sit in a normal chair that won't make you fart?
Yeah, and you'd be like, that'd be great. I'm on a date right now, and I really need that.
Yeah.
And then you farted.
Oh, how about that? How about a restaurant where all the chairs are whoopee cushions? And then you have to pay extra not to be farting constantly in your chair.
Sounds like it sounds like nobody would go to that restaurant.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if like Ryanair started doing that, right?
No, because you could just it's actually how about
everybody sits down.
How about this? A restaurant filled with whoopee cushions.
So that you can fart freely?
So you can fart and blame it on the whoopee cushion. Or a restaurant filled with dogs.
Yeah.
So you can fart and blame it on one of the dogs.
Right.
Each table comes with a dog.
Yeah. A gassy dog.
A gassy dog. So it doesn't. That's kind of a great idea.
Or how about a restaurant with waiters and you can fart and just blame it on the waiters?
Yeah. Or what if you're a really gassy person? Can you buy a gassy dog?
Yeah.
And it'll be like your seeing eye dog.
No, it's like your emotional support animal.
Your farting butt dog.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, how does it support you emotionally? And you're like, well, I blame it for my farts.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big emotional service for me, frankly. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, my emotional support dog.
No,
he just farts all the time.
No. There's seeing eye dogs and farting butt dogs. I'm gonna have a farting butt dog.
The farting butt dog would be for someone who can't fart, so the dog farts for you.
The dog farts for you.
Yeah, to help you fart.
Yeah, to help you get the farts out.
Yeah, like you go on a first date, and then after you have sex, you call the dog over, and your girlfriend goes to the bathroom, and the dog lets out a big fart that it's been holding in all night, and you're like, oh, what a relief.
Oh man, what if you have like a dog? It's like, this is my pussy eating dog. Yeah, I don't know.
Sure, I think that's any dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. All right. Well, I ran out of gas on that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Was that a pun?
Oh, I do all these accidental puns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting for me.
Why? Because I don't notice them.
Yeah. How do you not make a fucking fart joke? How do you not notice that you're talking about farts and then you say I ran out of gas and act like it's not?
Yeah.
It's almost like it would have to be on purpose and then pretend not, you know?
Yeah. Do you think I'm doing that sometimes?
I can't. I have no idea what's going on in your head. I can't tell if it's a fucking goldfish just running into the wall or if it's just like some mechanism that is just beyond my understanding. Like, I think you're some sort of like, I think what it is it's a Rube Goldberg machine, like a very complex mechanism of a fish running into a wall. Like somehow there's all these wires and cables and weights, and then it ends up just being bait in front of a fucking fish bowl, and the fish just hitting it.
A lot of people have described it that way.
What the fuck are you talking? Exactly like that?
No, not
a lot of people.
Exactly like that.
A lot of people have said my mind is like a Rube Goldberg machine
like
of a fish.
No, it's just like they're like you have these incredibly complicated and useless thought process. Like, it's no good for anything. It's sophisticated, but it does nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this. You have like a philosophy that's like could last for 3 hours on how to spread butter on toast.
Right.
you know?
Right.
So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
see.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. I had another thing I wanted to talk about that I think this is a scam. And
Okay.
I think it's very funny. Are you familiar with Pitchfork?
Yes.
Music review website. So they recently posted, they made a post where they said, hey, we're re-reviewing some older albums. We're changing the scores. And
Why?
so
What's the purpose?
they were like, retrospectively, we can see that we made mistakes. So most of them was making albums, like they gave Discovery by Daft Punk, which is a classic album, like a 6.4 or something like that. And
okay.
And they were like, this is our bad. This is clearly a 10. It's like stood the test of time, and it's one of the greatest albums ever
Okay.
in electronic music. So most of it was bumping up, but then there were a handful of albums where they were like, we gave this a 7 and it is a 4. They just like retroactively rescinded or like, you know, pulled back their like took back their high scores and gave them shittier scores.
Meanwhile, are you allowed to do that?
Of course.
I guess you can do whatever you
do
want.
whatever the fuck
but
you want.
It's like, isn't the idea of a review also supposed to be like what you think about it in that moment in time?
I guess
Isn't the review itself is a historical document that it's like it's cool to think. Like, let me give you an example. Like,
it's like being a fortune teller, and you're like, I'm taking back my fortune.
I think, for example, like the Dave Chappelle special is getting much higher reviews on Rotten Tomatoes than it deserves.
Yeah.
And 10 years from now, people are going to be like, maybe the quality of that was not, we were caught up in this thing.
Yeah.
But that's also what's great about it.
Yeah.
Is that you can look at something that doesn't deserve what it claims it was at the time it was, and it says something about the people who were.
Sure, it's a time capsule, blah blah blah. Yeah, but it's also part of it is supposed to be like, hey, we have good taste, so we can tell you what's good or bad, right?
Yes.
So it's like
it's like they're admitting they were. Well, I guess exactly.
They are literally admitting they were wrong, but I guess they're from their point of view, the argument is, oh, we're usually right, but here's a couple times we were wrong, right?
Okay.
And we're admitting it. But it's also just funnier that as a band you have a good review and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we listened to it again. It's actually bad.
Yeah.
It's like maybe just don't publish those.
Yeah.
Maybe just publish the ones where you're like, okay, these deserve more.
Mm-hmm.
but to like
is Pitchfork
take back
huge? Like
yes,
they're
they're probably the biggest. It's like Rolling Stone and Pitchfork are the two biggest music magazines.
Rolling Stone's good too, right?
Rolling Stone is a weird magazine because they're very corporate. They had some interesting political writing, but they have like very boomer taste in music.
Yeah,
it's all like all their top albums are like Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
and
it was
Beatles.
a fucking joke. I was not pretending to not know if Rolling Stone was big or not.
Oh, I thought you said it's good. That's what you asked.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the fucking that's the shit I got. There's some more shit, but I don't know if we need to get into it.
I don't know. I like the idea that I don't like the idea of changing reviews because I think it's more interesting to me about what people think. Like I already have, I'll see it, I'll have an opinion about it,
Right.
but it's just it's almost like a barometer of how out of sync I am with popular culture. If people are like, "This is genius," and I'm like, "This was terrible."
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the old review is still there, and then I think it just shows that it was updated.
Yeah.
So they're basically saying, "Here's the review, but we were wrong."
Yeah, whatever. Daft Punk is there. Also, like Daft Punk's future does not depend on. It's not like Daft Punk was like, "Thank God that Pitchfork thing got."
Yeah, they broke
Yeah.
up already.
You know, I'm saying, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, what, they're gonna make more money now?
Right.
Like it affects no one
No,
actually.
it's just content churn.
Yeah.
Obviously. And then I had a little scam that I found that we can talk about. Which was a guy matched a girl on Tinder. They start video chatting. It's like an actual girl. She's like, "I'm gonna play a DJ set naked." So she gets naked and starts DJing, and she's like, "Can you jerk off?" He jerks off, and then after he comes, like there's a camera reveal, and it was just like a guy watching her, or watching him, and he's like, "Here's the screenshot." So it's like the actual. You know when they email you saying we have pictures of you masturbating?
Yeah.
It's like, no, but it's like actually here are the ones. We
Yeah.
have it and we have video and we're going to send it. Like they were like, "Let's talk on Instagram." And they started just sending it to his followers asking for money.
Wow. So it's not. There was nothing fake about this. It's
It
like
was
the
an
guy's
actual,
literally.
I guess it was an actual girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. They hire an actual girl to
Mhm.
be on camera and then she flirts and they get the guy naked and then they take the video and then they extort him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was an actual extortion thing.
Yeah.
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 And, you know, meanwhile, it's. I hope society gets to a point where we're unextortable.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're gonna tell everyone. It was like, oh, there's already a chip that reads my brain and tweets everything out already. So yeah, people know already.
That would
Yeah.
be great. An
Yeah.
auto tweeter chip.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
like-
tweets all your thoughts.
Yeah.
Everyone is fucking canceled.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's just everyone's gonna be thinking the same thing as, don't think that word, don't think that word, don't think that word, which means
Right.
everyone's gonna think that word. So it's just gonna be like a sea of N bombs that
Yeah.
like, would happen because out of paranoia.
Right.
That's a great Black Mirror. Now that was a pun.
Was it?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
How about a Black Mirror called N-word Mirror?
I don't get it.
Really?
I guess I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think that's. Yeah. I feel bad for that guy, but at the same time, I don't know. I think we're gonna live in a society where it's gonna be like.
There's just gonna be photos of everybody
Yeah,
naked all
yeah,
the time.
yeah,
And that's it.
No, it'll be the equivalent of like. You're gonna do what I tell you, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna give everybody a piece of information that nobody cares about.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna let people know that you secretly dye your beard.
Yeah.
You know, this color. It was like, tell them. I don't care. It doesn't. You know,
No,
it'll
but
be
yeah,
like.
but I mean, it's a little different. It's you jerking off. It's
That's what I'm saying. It won't matter.
you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's seen each other each other's cock. Everyone's seen each other's pussy. Everyone's have seen each other jerking off.
Yeah.
There's like by the time you're 12, there's gonna be like 3 or 4 videos already of you just like taking a shit in a toilet just because of a camera that was there that got like fucking uploaded, and you're like, it's just inevitable
Yeah.
that people are gonna see my butthole.
That's how you get on airplanes. They're like, "Do you have a video of yourself shitting?
Yeah,
We want to make sure your butthole
Yeah.
works properly."
that's the new ID. It's like, it's not like eye scans are creepy. Okay, just
Yeah,
pull
it's
your out.
asshole
Yeah,
scans.
now it's asshole
Apparently,
scan.
assholes are like fingerprints. They're unique.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they taste great.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
The police is dusting for asshole prints. They're dusting Dan's face. They're like, "What did she look
What the
like? This prostitute that took all
what
your
the hell
money."
what the hell kind of robbery is that? that
what
you're
I'm
like
saying.
getting your asshole prints.
It's like you're sad, so you go to a prostitute, and because you have weird sexual desires, she just presses her asshole all over your face. Then she takes her money, and then you go report it.
No,
and
I'm
they're
just
like,
thinking of like some naked cat burglar who's like, time to leave my mark.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Puts his asshole print on the
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On everything. We found his asshole prints.
Yeah.
This is like the idea is just like You had like that little duster and like just like a tiny little hole appears. You're like, we
Right.
got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're done. I'm done. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm good.
Unless you have anything else you want to go over.
No.
Squid Games? Did we talk about that? It's a show.
I think it's Squid Game.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I think it's.
I have to rewatch it. It doesn't make sense if
Yeah.
it's plural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squiddington von Gamingberg. That's what it was called.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That's the German version.
Yeah. No, I'm done. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, at Santiago is dead.
At Daniel Luz Veza.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.